I got a request from a viewer to show him this little lick that I play. It's actually kind of a solo that could be used in Fireball Male. It's just a basic little G string of G licks here. It does have kind of a melody and a form to it though. It's useful for, again, a long G tune on Fireball Male. If you don't know Fireball Male, the chords are basically like that. You know, it's just a long G. You can put the F, the C, the D at the end. The original recording just stuck with the G and the D. Okay, the lick that I played was this one. So I'm going to slow that down and tell you what I'm trying to do on that little solo. And there's some variations and stuff that you can do depending on how good, how comfortable you are with your right hand, and if you're set up for it right and everything. There's some variations, but basically you're working with G's and F's a lot in here. It's kind of a modal pentatonic, bluesy bluegrass sort of sound. The intro just starts off with open D and G. So I'm just doing a pull off on this F. The whole key to making bluegrass sort of things like that sound good to me is to try to get several strings going at one time, and also hold your fingers down as long as you can in order to sustain those notes and carry them over, at least the proper notes. Sometimes you don't want to sustain a note over. Sometimes you want to punch it. But to make a bigger guitar sound, try to hold those notes down. So, see, sometimes on the intro you can just strum the thing like that. Sliding that F back up to the G many times. I'll ring two notes against each other, or I'll do this kind of thing where I put a D note here, ring those notes against each other. That is a B flat and an A. So you're doing a B flat and an A. Again, make it up yourself. Just take the gist of what I'm doing, get the timing right, get the articulation that I'm trying to do here. Notice how I'm holding that note down there while I'm doing this one. Try to use as many downstrokes as you can in order to really punch that thing out. Same lick again. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the open D, and then I'm going to go up to here to the 6th fret on the A string, and I'm just going to do a chromatic run. A chromatic run is every single note in the scale. So it's basically right here. If you were to play a D note on the A string, which is a chromatic run. All I'm looking for there is the right number of notes, and I'm doing an effect sort of thing. You got to also think about the effect that you're giving out here. Sometimes it's not just about the notes; it's about the effect, the articulation, and the power of the punch that you're trying to put into this thing. So on that chromatic run, I'm just filling in the space with a flurry of notes. Rather than starting on this fretted note, though, I start with the open D, and I go up here to the A string on the 6th fret, 7th fret, and then I come down here and I get the D string on the 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. You can put hammer-ons in there rather than picking each one. And I just do that instinctively and reactively sometimes. Sometimes I pick them, sometimes I use a hammer-on. Again, with a hammer-on, that's a place where I don't really want the note to come out the same level as all the other notes. If all your notes are the same level, it's very ticky-tacky. By using a hammer-on or a pull-off, you slur them so that the beat comes at a different sort of play. So, and I'm on a D chord now, so while I hold that D note down, I'm going to reach up and get the A right here. So it's coming out of this rock and roll shape, you know, basically. Which is A, B, C, D. Except I'm going to reach up and get this note with that finger. So. I have to get in contact. Okay? So this is going to the G, a B flat, a C, a D, and then back to the G. And then you let it sit there for a minute. And then I got to get in context. There, while the D was hanging, I went ahead and grabbed a couple of notes and just kind of brushed through them, just to add a little bit more sound to them, but not at the volume level of the note that I'm hanging on to. So I hit that twice, don't I? I can't do it. There's a pull off. So like that. Kind of like that. It's hard to slow it down. There's a rhythm, there's a certain rhythm. It's like skiing. It's like skiing, you know, when you're skiing, you're linking your turns, you've got to do it at a certain speed, and it's hard to do it slow when you do it. In fact, the better you link your turns, the faster you're going to go. And when you start going slow, you tend to go bigger strokes like that. And then as it gets faster, you link them. And so a lot of times that's what a solo is. It's hard to slow it down to a pace where you've lost the rhythm. You've lost the feel for the thing. But that's generally what's going on. That's where the notes are, okay? it with a G on there. You can go back and do that lick again, whatever. So, okay, let me try to do it slow as I can. That's an example too of where I didn't want to sustain the note. I popped it. You see, I cut those notes off in order to get an articulation out of them. So that gives the solo its dynamics, its fluid feel. At the beginning, I've got notes sustaining and ringing, and then as I get up here to the neck part, the mid neck part, I pop the notes a little bit different. That's how that goes. There's a lot of F's in there, B flats, the C, going up to the D. Those notes give it the modal sound. So, have fun. I'll show you another one that I use a lot of times. It's a lot of fun. And again, this has to do with the slinkiness and the articulation of it. What I do there, it's a lot of upstrokes as opposed to being downstrokes, and I'm using the hammer-ons and pull-offs in between where it would normally be a hard beat, and I'm using the pull-off to slide over that like that. So it's got a real slinky feel to me. I'm sure that's Tony Rice influence, but I don't have the same, nobody has the same right hand as Tony does. And so it's just a Tony Rice influence, a Tony Rice tip of the hat, you know what I mean? It's a lot of Tony notes, but I've listened to Charles Sawtelle and David Greer and Brian Sutton and George Shuffler, you know, with the Stanley Brothers. I've listened to all of those guys, as well as too much rock and roll, and so there's just no way I can play like Tony. Nobody can play like Tony. So you just take the kind of the elements of people's style, you merge it into yours, and it comes out as you. So that's definitely, you know, some Tony notes, but there's just no way it's going to sound like Tony. It's not supposed to. It's just a lick I came up one day with fooling around with the guitar, you know, doing. I thought, oh, you could use that somewhere. And because of the way you do the pull-offs on it, it's got a, like I said, it's a slinky feel. And when you put it up against the beat, it sounds really cool. By itself, it's like, man, it's hard to find the beat on that, but it's there. All right, have fun.